Hey everyone, Will here of Will and Family, Pin Paling and more. I'm Will, obviously. I'm going to take off my glasses because I'm tired of seeing the reflection in my glasses and now I can not be able to see. Um, so before I go to bed tonight, I wanted to connect with the followers of the Will and Family page. And I would like to say thank you for anyone who's clicked like or who's following or who's really wanting to connect with me as well through pin paling, which I think is awesome. Um, so, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I just recently finished up 5 letters. I've been working on these letters for since last week, and now I finally have put them together, and now they're going to be sent out by the end of this week as it's payday week. Um, it's kind of funny, but usually I get about 1 or 2 pen pal letters within the week that I don't get paid. Put the letters together that I'm responding with, and then I send them out that following week when I do get paid. So there's kind of a system going on that I think is really cool. I like doing this because it keeps my mind occupied, and it's something I enjoy doing. And just recently, I had started a project, and I started this project back in February, the beginning of the year. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if I created 3 Blue Men, because I'm a fan of Blue Man Group, to create 3 Blue Men out of a manila folder and paper plate and send them to Blue Man Group's venues. So Blue Man Group is a non-speaking, non-verbal band or group that plays on PVC pipe. Yeah, it's really awesome. And I've been a fan of theirs. I've been one of their fans since I was a junior in high school. And I was able to see them live when they came up to Bangor on October 10th, 2013 at the Bangor Cross Insurance Center. And so anyways, I put this letter together for them to send stuff from their shows or from the surrounding area of their town, and kind of kindly send photos of the Blue Men I made with the guys, and so I put this project together, and I sent it out in March, I believe. Waited all through April, no response, no reply. So at the beginning of May, the first week in May, I got home from work, and of course, I'm just blah from work. And of course, it was Monday. So I opened up my mailbox, and long and behold, was a package in there. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's from Blue Man Group Boston. Awesome. And they had put in there Twinkies, Marshmallow, and Captain Crunch because those are part of their show, which I thought was pretty cool. So that was from Blue Man Group Boston. Now my men are on an itinerary, so they're going to Boston, New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, Orlando, and then to Berlin, Germany, and then back home to me. So I'm trying to see how long this takes. So, but I sent it out back in March, and I was kind of losing hope about not being able to hear from them or receive anything from them because I thought maybe they were too busy or whatnot. But they actually responded, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm still waiting for a response from Blue Man Group Chicago, and then I'm hoping that when I do get their response that I'll be able to video this and share it with people. Now, the other thing too about doing this pen pal and doing the videos is I like to connect with people. Connecting with people is something that I'm very passionate about. Hearing their stories, listening to where they come from, listening to about their history, just learning about them and what makes them them. But I just like hearing stories, and the reason why I'm like that is because my dad used to tell me stories all the time of when he was a kid. My grandfather used to tell stories all the time, and of course, at family gatherings, we wouldn't be able to, we couldn't. It wouldn't be a family gathering if my grandfather wasn't telling a story from his youth or from family or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool, or from work related. So, anyways, I have found that, and I want to back up and kind of slow down here. But when I started this pen pal project and pen paling, it took me a while. Um, not several years ago, but a couple years back, I really wanted to get into pen paling, and not so much pen paling, but I was really interested in receiving letters or magazines or advertisements or anything from the UK that would be kind of interesting. Something that's different, something that you don't normally see here in the States. But what I was really most interested about doing is actually getting trayfuls of mail from the Postal Service, and then also getting packages and stuff like that, because I thought it would be cool to do these videos as well. But at the time, I wasn't able to do that because of the fact that where I was living currently, there wasn't enough room, there wasn't enough space, and it was crowded all the time. And to do this would be my thing, and of course to do it I would have to be in a quiet space to be able to do recordings. But again, I'm now doing pen paling. I'm now connecting with a lot of people. I'm doing a challenge right now that focuses on to see how many letters I can get to fill my mailbox. I want to get a lot of I would like to get a lot of letters in my mailbox and packages. But I think it will come to a point. Something's telling me that it's going to come to a point where I'm going to start getting more letters more often, and I'm going to start getting probably parcels and packages more often. In the next couple of weeks, I'm planning on putting together care packages. Right now, financially, I'm not able to do it, but I'm willing to try to see what happens. I'm planning on putting together a care package of just random things from Maine, such as a whoopie pie, which is something that we have here in the state of Maine. And every year during the summer, every summer, I should say, Dover Foxcroft, Maine has their annual Whoopie Pie Festival. And so a crowd of people from all over Maine and even from out of state will go to Dover Foxcroft, which is kind of up north, about 45 minutes from where I live, and we'll go to this festival. I tried to go last year, but I kind of went a little bit late during the day. I thought this was just be kind of, just a little normal thing. In fact, you actually got to get there a lot early because you got to get a parking spot and the best spot to be at. And I wasn't willing to park all the way down a road a mile away from the festival and walk a mile just to be at the festival with my kids. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. So I have gotten into painting rocks lately, and I don't know why. And it's becoming a trend for me, and along with pen paling. And the reason why I like painting rocks is because it's something I got from work and started painting. So I got my little station here that I do, and I happened to come across a rock while waiting for my kid's mother to arrive, and I came across this rock that I was planning on making into a smiley face and setting it somewhere in the town where I live and see where it goes and just do another little project. But you know what? The smiley face, the yellow that I had on this rock, reminded me of a melted cheese on a burger. So instead, I put together a couple of colors and a simple white, and long and behold, I have what's called a whoopie pie rock. So it actually looks like a whoopie pie, looks good enough to eat. I've looked at this many times and totally convinced that this is a whoopie pie, and I had to remind myself it's not a whoopie pie. But you know something? These do actually make me want to go for a whoopie pie. And I have a saying, I fooled a couple of people already, and I said, hey, you want a whoopie pie? Oh yeah, sure, go put it in the fridge. And I'm like, okay, well, you might not want it because it's really hard as a rock, and I didn't really do so well. So they pick it up and like, oh, it's a rock. That's pretty cool. So right now I found more rocks, but this time where I ran out of white paint, I have done peanut butter whoopie pies, which is kind of cool. And then not only that, not only am I into doing painting rocks and doing that, there's another, trying to hide it from you before I do this. I came across a rock and I looked at it and I thought to myself, this would be a good Mario 1-up mushroom. It gives you one extra life, and it was perfect, you know. And I had to literally go on Google to look at the image, look at the colors of how this mushroom was. And I didn't do a bad job. It actually looks pretty cool. And if I can find more rocks like this, I'm willing to do more and send them out. But this was my final result of the one-up mushroom. And this is actually a rock. Go figure. This is actually a rock. And I did the back. You know, I had a look at the back, and then I got the white on the top. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And the other thing that I also do, you know, even if I can't find something within a rock, and if I'm bored or whatever, I also do these simple little rocks with the blue and the red. I like doing these because the blue and the red kind of go together, and it's something that's very special because it's something I started doing, and I got other rocks like that outside. And what really actually made me do this, it wasn't normally work related, but by my porch, by my doorstep, was a rock, and every time I walk by this rock, all I could see is a nose, like a nose. And I literally thought to myself, I have to get paint and paint this rock as a nose. So I went to Walmart, and Walmart's not sponsoring this, so whatever. And I go to Walmart, buy the paints, and then I went and bought paint brushes and whatever, and then I've got this rock, and I painted it like a nose with a nostril and had some snot running out of it. My parents and my friends and family were like, why did you make that? Because it looked like a nose, and I wanted to make it look like a nose. So yeah, I got other rocks too. You know, I got another rock that I'm currently working on that's going to be the Super Mario land. So I'm trying to get the bricks in there and the characters and the colors and stuff. I've also done another rock piece, which it's actually 3 rocks, where 2 of the rocks look like eyes and 1 of the rocks looks like a nose. So I'm trying to see what I can do to move those rocks in a different place, but they're really heavy. And then I just have other bigger rocks that are kind of square that kind of look like this, but the blue is not as light. It's actually a really blue, and the red is a red. So, and I also have another rock that looks like a dragon's eye, and another rock that looks like an alien's head. So yeah, it's pretty. When I got nothing else to do, and when I want to do something that's calming and relaxing, that's what I kind of do. Or if not, I'm putting together pen pal letters and photos and stuff like that together. I also do collages. Just recently I did a collage for my dad for Father's Day, and I wanted to do something special for him for Father's Day. Usually I go out and I buy him lobster and whatnot, but I really wanted to do something special for him, and I was thinking of the idea because I don't know where I was. I think I was at work, and I thought to myself, you know, what am I going to get my dad for Father's Day? And every year I sometimes think about a gift card to somewhere. He ought to get a gift card to Bull Moose Music, and I really didn't want to get him a card to a restaurant or to a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, because, you know, he's a diabetic and he's watching what he eats and he's watching what he drinks, you know, and he's kind of getting up there in age. Sorry, Dad. And so it really came to me one day, and I thought to myself, oh, I could do a collage. So what I did was I got just a typical basic Walmart frame that was like $10 because it was on a rollback. And I got a bunch of pictures together that I had in my photo album and photos that I had from him as well. Copied them and everything, and I put them in this frame to make it look like a good collage. In the center is me as a baby when I was first born, and it kind of expands to Dad and I kind of hanging out, and I'm growing with him, and he's helping me, and he's, you know, a lot of moments. And then I have family on the outside. You know, I got, you know, aunts and uncles, his parents. You know, I got a picture of him when he was a kid. I got a picture of him when he was playing Santa and when I actually visited Santa. You know, so my dad really liked it. It was a very thoughtful gift, and I like doing that. You know, I like doing projects like that that really kind of, it's a very thoughtful um, idea. So, but anyways, so if you are watching this and if you are interested in sending me a rock that you might think that looks like a nose, or it might look like an ear or a head or a foot or toe, please just send them, you know, and I will do what I can to paint them and maybe send them back to you to kind of get you the end result. I would like to try to do more of these kind of rocks, to do characters like maybe what's on my shirt. And if I can get more rocks that look like this, just the shape, okay? If I can get more rocks like that look like this of the shape, then I could probably do it, or close to the shape. But if you just simply want a rock that looks like this, I got plenty out there that I can do. It'll be just really simple and really easy to do. So if you're not, you know, so, but what I'd like to do is try to get more of this, more of this going, so hopefully I can actually go to a Comic-Con or to a fair and sell my creations, because it would be really awesome. So, but yeah. So where to end from here? I suppose where I will end from here is, I enjoy doing what I do. It's about 16 minutes into this video, and it's my hope, and it's just really my hope, my interest of really connecting with people throughout the world, and just really connecting with people through pen paling. It's the idea of getting a letter in the mail rather than a bill or an advertisement or a political ad. Getting a letter in the mail is more thoughtful and more generous and more personal than getting an email. Now, I will say that I do have a couple of people who I am currently emailing, because some of them are not able to afford postage, or some of them find it easier to just do email. I don't necessarily like email, because usually it's personal, or not personal, but business reasons why. And I just rather do handwritten letters. It's really more personal that way, and getting together. And backing track, I will probably start doing some care packages together. Some of them are going to have some whippy pies. I'm going to see what I can do to get my hands on a bunch of Maine maple syrup. Coming this April, I believe they'll have Maine Maple Sunday, so I'll probably go to that year. They just had it recently, and I'd rather go during when they are having it, because everyone wants maple syrup for Maine. The most common thing that people want to eat here in Maine is lobster, and really, I mean, I'm not a really lobster fan, but I mean, I don't know what is it with the lobster and people in Maine. It's like a Maine thing, I guess. But if it was me, I'd just, you know, it'd be whoopie pies, you know, something simple. And I also do fried dough too. My fried dough is really good. But like I said, looking back at these, just whatever. So I'm gonna end this video for now. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow, and it's getting really late. It's about 10 o'clock, or actually 10:40. By the time I post this video, I will be posting it the next day, which is today, because I don't have time to edit or put things together. So, but anyways, again, if you're interested in sending me things like rocks, or if you're interested in sending me paintbrushes or paints or ink cartridges or stuff like that to donate, be really greatly appreciated. Even canvases, I mean, anything. And the other thing I also want to mention before I leave, so I have another, not so much of an interest, but kind of a reaching out thing. I have a box of clothes that were going to be sent away to across wherever, they're from somewhere, and a lot of these clothes are very nice clothes. Some of them are all girl clothes, from sizes for sizes 7 and 8. I also have other things in there too, and I like to get rid of them. And I'll show you pictures and photos of what they are. I also have a box of a 25 count diapers that are size 4. So if anyone is interested in wanting that box of diapers, please let me know and I'll send them out to you through U.S. Postal Service. The other thing I am also planning on doing with care packages is I got some fabric and I'm going to put together a scented pillow, I guess you could say, of balsam furs or needles. They are the needles from the pine tree, and like the Christmas tree. And so I want to get these pine needles, make a little pouch or bag, sew it up really good, and send them in some of the care packages as well. And I believe that if I can get more of an interest in doing that, maybe it can be something that could be a trend and say, hey, I'll pay you for that. I'm like, okay, whatever. So ways to make a little bit of money, but I am also sharing things that I enjoy doing. So again, if anyone is interested, please let me know. Like the page, follow the page, comment, send me emails at willandfamily51@gmail.com if you're interested. If not, send me a letter. So yeah, I'll just end it for here and see where things go. And I hope everyone has a great and wonderful week, and happy mailing, all you pen pal people.